At a coalition base on the outskirts of Kabul, a special unit of infantry soldiers is preparing for today's mission. They're known as the Guardian Angels, or GAs.
Yeah, bro.
Since 2001, Australian soldiers have been helping Afghan forces defeat a common enemy, the Taliban. The Guardian Angels unit was formed after a surge of insider attacks, with Afghans turning on the coalition forces they were working with. 3 Australian soldiers were shot dead in one incident.
I had a lot of family members in the military, and growing up, you just always were kind of around that environment, and I enjoyed it. And I've been in the army now for 3 years, and this is my first operation. Yeah, mate.
Private Nathaniel Bull and his unit protect a group of Australian military advisors called mentors as they meet with their Afghan counterparts.
Yeah, so this is our basic body armour setup. What's common amongst all of them is the magazines on the front of the armour, and everyone has one of these, an IFAC, individual first aid kit. It just has basic medical stores in it to treat someone in case of an injury.
Their first task is to ensure safe passage across the city to the Carbal Garrison Command, or KGC.
Okay, so mission today, KGC Guardian Angels are to provide force protection to the KGC mentors in order to enable the Train Advise Assist mission.
The mentors are high-ranking officers tasked with sharing their knowledge and insights with the Afghan forces.
And set the conditions for the mentors to move in. All right, start stepping off.
In terms of training, we're not training them to fire a weapon, we're training them to plan operations. So the Train Advise Assist mission sits at the higher level, at the operational and strategic, more so than at the tactical.
Named Operation High Road, this new mission is helping develop the next generation of Afghan National Army leaders.
If Afghanistan can't provide security within the country, then this becomes a breeding ground for terrorism. This becomes an ungoverned country where anyone can come in through the porous borders, they can train, they can leave through the same porous borders, and they can conduct attacks. So the efforts that we're putting into Afghanistan don't only affect Afghanistan, they affect the broader region and certainly the broader world.
But despite the close working relationship, the risk of attack is always present.
One of the highest threats here is green on blue, and green on blue is simply when an Afghan partner or an Afghan military personnel, they turn on Australians or coalition advisors and seek to kill us or harm us in some way. And on the ground, that's probably our biggest concern, is to ensure that doesn't happen. While we're moving to different bases, there's always multiple threats. Possibly the biggest threat to us would be vehicle-borne or person-borne IEDs.
3 days ago, a NATO convoy was attacked by a suicide bomber.
The Americans the other day were moving from one coalition base to another coalition base, and a vehicle-borne IED impacted the convoy, killing multiple civilians and harming some of the American personnel that were in those vehicles. When you go out on the roads in Kabul, especially during peak hour, there's a million cars across the road. It really is a dicey situation, but you just take it as it comes.
Yeah. Oh, and what's the gun on him? Did he knock him? Yeah, he must have. His old mate stuck it, yeah. Oi, don't point it. There's a ute full of Afghan National Police, and they're just next to the convoy, and I think they might have got pretty close to our convoy. One of them's just sort of raised his weapon, not pointing it at us. But yeah, he's got his weapon visible now, because one of our remote weapon stations was pointing at him, just in case he decided to try anything.
Police will resume searching this morning for a boy missing in Sydney's southwest.
Good morning. You going to be a good boy at school today?
Always do.
On average, 100 Australians are reported missing each day. Half of them are under 18.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Today, Australian Federal Police member Trish Halligan
Trish, you've met Mark, haven't you?
has called a meeting with her team to discuss 6 missing children.
Sounds good. Yeah.
So let's start with our age-progressed images. Serena and Thomas Spieth. Children change year in, year out. They're growing and maturing. So what we've done is had their images age progressed in the hope that this will reinvigorate those profiles with the community, and hopefully it'll get some people thinking about these cases. They actually went missing when Serena was 5 and Thomas was 4. And Serena's now 8 and Thomas is 7. They're believed to be with their mother in Australia. So our next one. We've spoken to the grandparents of Leela because she's actually missing with her mother and her father and another gentleman that used to live with the family. All 4 are missing. Dad was believed to be running a cult. Leela was 6 when she went missing, and if she was found today, she'd be 15.
Yeah, and the greater the gap between when the person's gone missing, that's when these things really become more important.
Yeah. It's the Water children, twins. The father had custody of these 2, and he dropped them off at school one day, and they haven't been seen since.
We're still actively pursuing this one from a child recovery perspective.
Okay, and then our last family, Matthew.
So this one's a family law one, Mark. And this is the one that's believed to be in France or Belgium.
Yeah.
Trish has invited Rob Blount from Interpol to the meeting. She needs his help to progress the case of missing teenager Matthew McIntosh, a victim of international child abduction.
He went missing when he was 9, he's now 13. He went overseas with his mother on a holiday and she didn't bring him back. Dad's been to the Federal Circuit Court and the Hague Convention, and she hasn't returned.
Well, that's actually an ideal opportunity to update the yellow notice. Essentially, it's currently available on the Interpol public website as well, and it gives us an opportunity to refresh inquiries across the 190 countries, and we can push that out with any updated information we might have from investigators.
Matthew's father, Michael, has not seen his son for 4 years. Trish will take this image to Sydney to show him what his son may look like today and to interview him about his son's disappearance.
First of all, how much money was taken from your credit card?
Minister Malcolm Turnbull says the relationship between the US and Australia remains strong.
The Guardian Angels and Mentors have arrived at Carbal Garrison Command.
Straight upstairs? Yeah. We're good to go.
This highly sensitive location is the security nerve centre of the capital.
Too easy. So this is KGC. This is the building here we're going to move into. As you can see, we have sentinels out right now, ensuring that nothing goes awry as we're moving inside.
Today, the Mentors have numerous high-level meetings planned with members of the Afghan military.
So while the Mentors are moving inside, security will stay firm.
Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
So we'll head into the building now.
Private Bull will not leave Major Walsh's side as he confers with his Afghan public affairs equivalent.
All the different TACs have their meeting on Wednesday.
Okay.
So we can't get the CJ39 to come unless it's on a Tuesday.
Tuesday is coming?
Yeah.
Anytime you enter a meeting, you're always looking at your different courses of action that you can take if something was going to go wrong.
We get the go-ahead from NSC. We can move across all of the equipment, resources and personnel.
Through our training and time spent here in country, you get a good idea of atmospherics of the situation.
I'm thinking it's probably a good opportunity also, if the General's available, to also have...
Colonel Shapoor and Major Walsh are organising a meeting for local leaders in Kabul.
We get the go-ahead from NSC. We can move...
To spread the government's message of peaceful integration.
See what that's for later. You know?
Major Walsh is lucky. He meets with the same 2 or 3 people every week and every day, and he's built up a really good rapport with them.
So how's your family? Good?
Yeah.
That's good.
It's a friendship, and I think that's very important when it comes to the assistance and the training that the Australian Coalition Mentors provide.
Okay. Do you want to... Okay. Okay. That's done? Okay. Okay.
Okay, have a good day.
Thank you. See you soon.
See you, sir.
See you, Laura.
Are you meeting with the General, sir? Yeah.
Bull's next assignment is to oversee an important meeting between 2 top military leaders.
Right now we're in the top level of HQ. Colonel Murdoch, he's the OC of the advisor group. He's currently meeting with the General of the Carbal Garrison Command.
As head of the KGC, Lieutenant General Ahmadzai is in charge of the safety and security of over 4 million Kabul citizens. He's the key point of contact between the mentors and the Afghan forces. The Guardian Angels are on high alert with the ever-present threat of a sudden attack from rogue Afghan soldiers.
You know, with a lot of commanding officers here at the KGC and around Afghanistan, when they're conducting their own meetings, they have their own force protection, as you can see to my left. And as a guardian angel, you just have to maintain that situational awareness, not get complacent, because as you can see, their force protection also armed. You know, everyone here is trying to achieve the same thing, and this is as important to them as it is to us. So just be aware, but don't be distrusting. And if you have a bad gut feeling, or if you don't like what's happening or what's going on, you have every right to pull your mentor out of the meeting and move to a safer location.
It's a difficult relationship. The GAs have to work closely with their hosts, but remain guarded in case of attack.
Watermelon. It's actually rude to deny food, so we're going to have to eat some of that. But no, it shows the good faith that they have. And yeah, no, it goes to show their hospitality and their welcoming of us, which is good, and that's exactly what we're trying to achieve here, probably at the lowest level. So it's good.
Have a good day. See you. See you.
Meetings like this between Ahmadzai and Murdoch are crucial to providing a more stable Afghanistan. Private Bull's last guard duty of the day is with Major Andrew Terrace in the new Joint Operations Command Intelligence Fusion Centre, where the Afghan forces direct operations throughout Kabul.
So this is where information amongst all the services here in Afghan get shared, and everything on the right side of the room with that common operating picture up there is normal, standard. It's actually really good. And then you pan to the left here and they're watching BBC, so it's interesting. And this is the attitude that makes our job hard.
When this team took over, it was literally a bed sheet up against the wall with a projector, a fuzzy projector showing something like that. So this is a quantum leap forward to what it was when Andy took over as the advisor 7 months ago.
It's now early afternoon. The Guardian Angels have completed their watch without incident.
Now we're shutting down the tasks here, moving back, probably grab a quick lunch, maybe a coffee or something, and then we'll head off.
The state government's announced $12 million in funding to boost social and affordable housing.
They look beautiful.
Trish Halligan from the Federal Police has travelled from Canberra to Sydney to interview the father of a missing boy. The boy was taken by his mother 4 years ago.
I'm a mother, I have 4 children, so, you know, people that are dealing with these issues is something I could certainly relate to. As much as you're bringing them hope, they've also, you know, got a lot of other emotions that they're dealing with, and it's really a roller coaster for a lot of them. Finding missing people is very, very difficult, and especially parentally abducted children, because quite often there's members of the community that actually hide them, and we really need those people to come forward and provide the information as to where they are.
Trish will show the father an age-progressed image of his son. It's a confronting process, but hopefully will prompt a breakthrough.
Hi. Good. How about you guys? How was your trip up?
Members of Trish's team have joined her to shoot a video that will be circulated online to raise the profile of the case.
Hello, hi.
How are you?
Good to meet you again.
Yes.
Come on in.
You too. Come on in.
Sean, how are you?
See you.
Yeah, good, thanks. I hope you've got enough space for everything.
I'm sure we will have. But how about we sit down and have a chat?
Yeah, good. Maybe the table's the best.
Yes. No.
Trish will ask Michael to share his memories of Matt on camera,
Exactly right.
in the hope that people with information about his whereabouts might see the video and be moved to come forward.
So, can you please tell me your son's full name?
Matthew Pierre Michael Etienne McIntosh is his full name. But Matt. So, yeah, both his mum and I called him Matt. He loved the outdoors and the sports, the football, the cricket. So we were, every weekend, you know, we were outside, we were kicking a ball around, we'd go and watch sports. Yeah, I mean, life was good.
In September 2013, Michael agreed that Matt's mum could take him to France for a 6-week holiday, but they never returned. After 8 months working closely with police, Michael travelled to France, where he sought a court order to bring Matt home.
I came back to Australia, and then the judge decided he wanted to hear Matt's side of the story. And I do believe that, you know, Matt would have been nervous about that. So he rang me, and I distinctly remember that phone call simply because I felt that he was doing it sort of hidden away in a room possibly, and it sounded like he was trying to sort of just make that last bit of contact. You know, and I sort of reiterated to him, you know, I love you, you know, you're doing your best. And that was the last time I've spoken to him. You go back and I look at it now and I kind of wish I'd said something more. You know, just hang in there, or you can always contact me, keep contacting me. They had the final hearing, the verdict was handed down, and I was advised that they had sent her notification to say that she needed to bring him back to Australia. And I was then advised that she'd left that little town and she'd pulled him out of the school. And yeah, the chase was on from there.
Yeah, so, you know, obviously from the time that you last saw Matt, you know, at the age of 9, he's now 13, there's so much change between that kind of 10 and sort of 13 age.
Mm.
I'll show you the age-progressed image.
Wow. It just looks like a different person, eh? Even at the age of 9, he still liked his cuddles, and I'd pick him up, you know. I loved holding him, and the soft skin of a little child. And there was an innocence about him, and if I look at that picture, that's, you know, that kind of innocence is gone, really. This is quite sad, actually. Wow.
We were coming to make you hopeful and happy. I didn't want to make you sad.
It definitely brings home the importance of parenthood. You know, the importance of watching your child grow up, but actually being there, most importantly, being able to be there for them. Yeah, that's quite a change. Wow.
There is a huge difference, and to try and get the community engaged, it's really important to show that what he's going to look like today as opposed to what he looked like 4 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking for a different kid.
Exactly.
This is his bedroom, and I've still got a few of his little drawings and pictures and awards from school. It's a bit of a reminder, yeah.
What are the hardest times of the year?
I mean, probably birthdays, you know. That being said, there are times where I also sort of feel just try and think of Matt and think of him being happy, and that boosts my mood, you know, and it gives me hope that I'll find him. You know, no matter what happens, I'm going to just hang in there for this kid.
The Australian Federal Police and their international partners are using social media more and more in cases involving child abduction by a parent, giving hope to parents like Michael.
We've got families that we're turning up and saying, we're going to profile your child and we're going to send this out so that everyone that watches this is going to be looking for your child. It raises their hope that this could possibly do something to find their child. And that's the kind of thing that we like to focus on when we're able to help.
You want to get out tomorrow? Move away.
Crude oil prices have hit their lowest.
Over 400 alcohol-related serious assaults occur in Perth each year. Lee Brunnan is a probationary constable with the Western Australian Police Force.
Being a cadet, just observing, to being a police officer and making decisions yourself are very different. But it's good to have that responsibility.
Acting Sergeant Leanne Murdoch is his senior partner preparing for a busy Friday night in the city's notorious hotspot of Northbridge.
So all your equipment has to be signed in and out, so it's accountable for.
Leanne is the officer in charge of Operation Nightsafe.
Operation Nightsafe's a strategic operation to try and reduce alcohol fuel violence. So we get a lot of people coming into the city, and it's basically to provide a police presence so that everyone can enjoy the entertainment area. Listening to members of the public, they're really happy that they can see us when they're on a night out. It makes people feel safe. There's people in cars, there's people on bikes, there's people walking, so we're kind of everywhere. Has anyone not done Nightsafe before? I'll run through this very quickly. Our major concern is alcohol-fueled violence and youths at risk. So Nightsafe Commander, that'll be me this evening. Bob's in the camera room and Nathan will be in there as well. Has anyone got any questions about Nightsafe? No? Awesome.
Yeah. Cheers. I've worked a lot with Leanne. She knows how to talk to people. Yeah, she's very good at what she does. Yeah, should be right. You trust each other a lot. You got to trust each other and know that your ability and their ability is going to help each other out.
Go ahead.
Leanne and Lee head out to patrol the so-called party precinct.
Lift up your nuts, turn around bottoms of your feet.
If it wasn't so serious, it would be funny.
After nearly 2 decades of conflict, Afghanistan is still considered an active war zone. The Guardian Angels are moving on to live weapons practice.
So we're currently moving out to Karga, which is the Afghan National Officer Academy, and we'll be using their range to do a bit of a range practice, top up the skills and start shooting again.
The mentors are no longer in combat roles, but they too need to be ready to engage if needed.
Major Walsh and Major Blomberg are also coming out with us. Same reason. If the mentors can shoot, it means that there's another person in the fight rather than us just protecting someone that can't fight. We'll still have Guardian Angels out and posted in sort of points of dominance, and people always watching our backs. Just because we're at a range doesn't mean that the threat has suddenly gone away.
Just go for a quick walk up there just to see if you can see anything in that cave and stuff like that.
So the Guardian Angels are pushing out to an outer area, providing points of dominance for us. So they're providing what we call a sentinel screen, just to provide or give us a bubble to work within, so we don't have to always be facing out.
With the perimeters secure, the remaining Guardian Angels are able to train alongside their mentors.
And all we're going to do is the first mag style. We're just going to stay there, you're going to go up, you're going to engage with 2 shots, your post sequences, just getting the feel for the trigger again, making sure your feet, everything's built up, nice posture. Once you've done that, just holster your pistol again, keep your weapon at the low, and then we'll move on to other practices. Turn!
Since the Guardian Angels were formed 5 years ago, there have been no Australian deaths from insider attack.
The GA's role is integral to our role. Without them, we can't do our role. They've got our back, so to speak, so that they're able to provide that security so we can focus on training and mentoring our counterparts with the ANDSF.
All right. Turn.
It's important that we're here and supporting our Afghan counterparts, because by bringing the skills, capability to the Afghans, we're reducing the potential for insurgent groups and extremists to come to Australia and cause harm on Australian soil.
All right, re-bomb all your 5.56. Make sure your mags and everything are picked up.
There are currently no signs of when or if Australia will end its involvement in our longest standing war.
All the blokes in my section, all of the mentors that we work with, we've sort of got a good bond now, and we're all looking after each other, and we're all doing the same thing to make sure each other's safe. So I'm happy to be here because I'm protecting my mates. I'm also here protecting Australia's interests by protecting mentors that are endeavoured in making changes in this country.
So you came back here to study.
Yeah.
But now you got a medical certificate saying you're too ill to study.
Yeah.
That doesn't really make much sense, does it?
Golf India 110 for a radio check, please. City support.
Officers Lee and Leanne are on their way to the volatile party district of Northbridge.
188 Adelaide Terrace, too far down.
They're supported by their team in the surveillance centre, who monitor over 180 closed-circuit cameras in the area.
Camera room, Bob speaking.
The camera room is an invaluable tool. We, as police officers, can't be everywhere all at once. So they'll alert us to particular situations that are going on that we've not seen. They're also really, really useful if we are engaging with members of the public. And we might want that that kind of extra protection, so we'll ask them to put cameras on us, so that way there's a recording of what's happening.
There's cameras in Sterling Gardens. Well, it looks like there's quite a big mob down there.
Roger, we've looked. Sterling Gardens.
In terms of our safety and evidence gathering, it's invaluable.
Oh, tune.
Just the minor. Why are you singing, girls? Just want to have fun?
Because I like it.
You're not old enough to even know that song, and you're not a girl.
My mates would reckon it's debatable.
Most violent and antisocial incidents on Friday and Saturday nights involve young men in their teens and 20s, often in groups. Drugs and alcohol are nearly always a factor.
So as the night progresses, we've got 3 arrest vans. That allows officers to get out and about on foot, but still allows them to be kind of close enough if we need to get an arrest van quite quickly to a location. Do you have a good feeling or a bad feeling about tonight?
I think tonight's going to go all right.
Hey. Hello.
Group of gentlemen to move on away from the venue, please.
Fellas, what's going on?
All good?
How you going? We're just sort of standing here waiting for a friend.
Okay.
Some licensed premises, and ask you to leave. All I ask you is to save the dramas, make this.
I mean, we didn't do anything to be
I understand, quite frankly.
No. Listen to me. I've had a report that you've been acting disorderly, whether you agree with that or not. Listen. Listen. Go and wait for your mate elsewhere. Okay, so I'll give you a move-on notice. If you remain, then you get arrested for breach of move-on. Do you want to do that? Or do you want to walk up there? Guys, why are you trying to be awkward?
Let's go. What a fucking pork.
Hey! Mate, cut your language out, otherwise you'll get locked up. Cut your language out. You're an adult. You're an adult.
Big man.
You're a fucking shit.
Hey!
We're waiting for a friend there. We're
I suggest.
Yeah, but
and
honestly, he's being so unreasonable.
Go away a minute.
He's abusing his powers. He's abusing his powers.
Listen to me, okay? I'm a police officer. I've given you a warning to desist in your behaviour, i.e. stop swearing and acting like a child. When I told you once, I don't expect to tell you twice.
I'll move on. It's all right. I understand. It's all right. It's all good. Thank you very much. Thank you for doing your job.
Thank you. Enjoy your evening.
Cameras outside Club X.
Club X.
Oh, I got a fight.
Roger, thank you. Any other units to 10 William Street? White in progress.
Leanne. Golf video 110, we're just around the corner. Sorry, fellas. There's a fight on.
Where?
Just down here.
You can see, though, why anybody would love her.
It's a lively night in Queensland's capital, and staff at the Brisbane Watch House are preparing themselves for a busy shift. When offenders are first arrested, they're brought here for processing.
Come over here, matey. I'll get the cuffs off you, all right? This hand needs to come through.
Thank you. Sure you don't want to stay?
Sorry?
I guess the worst aspect is that you work with people that hate you every single day. You never really get to deal with the people that appreciate your efforts. So everyone that walks through the door have done nothing wrong in their eyes, so they think you're the bad person. That's probably the worst thing, being hated all the time, every day.
How you doing?
Hello, Sonia. How are you?
How's the shift?
Not too bad.
That's good. How many you got in custody?
46 at the
46?
moment. Yeah, no real concerns though. We might have to look at opening up the third wing, but we'll try and avoid that, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Busy out there, do you know?
Haven't heard either way.
All right. Well, hopefully it'll be a an okay night.
Thank you.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Thanks, mate. Pat down, holding cell 2.
Thank you.
3 young men have been picked up in Fortitude Valley on public nuisance charges for their involvement in a fight. 20-year-old Dallas is processed first, while his mates wait their turn.
So we're going to look after you while you're here. We'll need to ask a series of health questions.
All offenders must undergo a thorough risk assessment when in police custody.
You taking any form of medication for any reason?
No, sir.
Have you got diabetes? Yes. Are you addicted to drugs or alcohol?
No.
Feel all right? Ordinary?
Yeah, I feel like I'm home.
What was that?
I feel like I'm home.
You'll get there eventually.
Drug and alcohol-related offences account for approximately 75% of those who are brought in on any given day.
What to say?
You stand there, face this way. I want you to rub that all over your hands, please. Back, front, sides, fingers. My hand after this. Very shortly, mate. This is the next process to get you out of here.
It's my birthday.
Really?
Why are you spending this?
That's no good. You had this done before?
Yeah. Unfortunately.
When people are fingerprinted within the watch house, we have what's called a live scan machine, and that gets downloaded from here across to the national database, and that'll either let us know if that person is wanted for a crime anywhere in Australia and or if they're all clear.
Okay, your left hand?
Yeah. If they're clear, we'll get a message to say they can go and we'll release them, but if they come back for what we call as a hit, we will then determine if they have to be held in custody.
Now, what I want you to do is just stand back up here.
It's about an hour turnaround for the fingerprints. So if Dallas has been a good young man in society, he'll have nothing to worry about.
So just head back round there for me.
Yeah. You can go home.
There you go.
Drugs. Do you have any drugs?
No. Stand on the seat and look.
It's getting nice and cold today, isn't it?
Do you want, mate?
Officers are reviewing the security camera pictures of a brawl that's just broken out in Northbridge, Perth.
Down, I'll do the chase. Okay, got a copper on the ground on 41.
Police officers Leanne and Lee are moving into the area.
Lee, you're very muffled. Go again.
So, mate, what I say, is there anything on camera?
Yeah, we're just having a look back through it, so we'll update you.
Well, actually, I think it's one of the guys that was in the fight.
And the red jacket?
So he's going to the cops now. Yeah, those two are involved. Yeah.
5 young males have assaulted 3 victims.
India 110, the guy in the red jacket there was involved.
Where did this happen?
They literally were like, hey, can we have a cigarette? And I was like, yeah, no worries. Roll them a cigarette, and then they literally started trying to smash the 5 gram by 50 gram pouch.
109, go ahead.
Yeah, with any of those caught on camera.
Still reviewing it, don't
Yeah, mate, we're still reviewing the footage.
Righto, so the one that's talking to Lee was the initial victim. The one in the red shirt apparently went to assist him. Pair-wise, dark-skinned male, about 5 of them, fled down James Street towards the turnaround and possibly through the Rose Street car park to Rose Street.
Roger, we'll try and track them through the cameras. And...
You would have seen me throwing punches, but I was literally just getting mobbed, okay? And it fucking hurt.
Okay, come sit over here for me.
Police try to piece together the chain of events leading to the assault.
What's your name, mate?
Callum.
Callum?
Yeah.
What's happened tonight?
We're just walking back from the pub, and bunch of it was. I think you were shouting someone a cigarette, and then a bunch of dudes just jumped him basically.
Can you describe any of them? I know it's hard because it happens so quick.
Yeah, just took body hits. I was like blocking up.
Okay, and what injuries have you got?
Elbows are really sore. I got a couple of hits. They threw me to the ground, and then I just got stomped and kicked, and I was just trying to block every.
Do you think maybe you should go to the hospital just to get checked out?
I'll be fine.
You sure?
It's just stiffness. I've been hit before.
Cool. So you got a split lip and those. Oh yeah.
It's quite intimidating for us young people in a way to have the police around. But at the end of the day, for something like this, isn't this extreme to have a bashing in just a normal Northwood Street? It's nice to knowing that you can just be like, oh my God, where is someone to help? And they are just there.
Down by the bus stop. African boy wearing shorts.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he's the one that did the kick. Yeah.
The attackers have moved out of the area.
Right now we've got other units looking for them to try and locate them.
Lee and Leanne have collected what evidence they can from the victims.
They can't provide any statements due to levels of intoxication
and the crowds are getting rowdier.
They're both unsure if they want to actually provide a statement or a complaint regarding what's happened, and they're going to attend their local police stations if they do want to make a complaint.
That's not my buddy.
He wasn't allowed to phone anybody while he was in New Zealand.
The Brisbane Watch House is the largest in Queensland and processes up to 17,500 prisoners per year.
As I explained earlier on, you were brought in here on a public nuisance matter?
Yep. Birthday boy Dallas's fingerprints came back all clear, so he's good to go home.
You agree to turn up to court? Yep. Sign there? Of course.
Yes.
Now, sign over here to say you understand what happens if you don't turn up to court? Yep. So you understand all that? I understand, yes, mate. Just make sure you turn up to court and you've got no dramas, all right?
You think you'd be here for your birthday, or?
No, I never thought it would be.
Nah. What happened, do you reckon?
I just got caught up. Wrong people. I was just hanging around the wrong people. Caught in, dragged into it. Nah, it was shit. I think I was here on my 17th birthday as well.
You're here for your 17th?
Yeah.
Love, good on you, boys. It's your birthday, mate. Have a good one, eh?
Thanks, mate.
All right, mate. See you later. Let's hope he doesn't come back for his 21st, eh?
Are you opening your ears?
Tell me one here.
No, we're not having this discussion in one.
Okay.
Come on, just keep your hands down. Come on.
This is your last warning. You will hold your hands behind your back and comply with the directions that we give you.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
The officers are buzzed up and they've just informed us that there's an aggressive, violent female in the back of the van. So I'm just going to get the female officers to go out and I'll go out as well. Are you all right? Okay, well, we're going to open the door and get you out, okay? You need to stop kicking. Okay. Okay. Come on, mate. Stop that. This way. Come on. Get the handcuffs off and everything, okay? Come on, you're in the watch house now. It's all right. It's all right, mate. Okay, you're okay. Come on. Come on. Stand up. Keep going. Keep going. Mate, I need you to stand up. Come on.
Three assault police, one obstruct, and public nuisance, I think, as well. You got her details there? Yep.
Alright. Okay, we're just swapping.
Mate, you need to calm down, alright?
Alright. Okay.
Mate, just relax.
You need to stay calm, okay?
Found her asleep somewhere and woke her up and she just went off. So her phone's ringing, so someone's looking for her.
Can you put the dress on that's laying on top of you, please?
So she's currently in our padded cell. Now, just to show you how bad, like, we would normally, it would be like every 1 in 5,000 would actually hit that padded cell. We don't normally use it.
It's not blowing properly.
Thank you for putting your dress on. We need to get you processed, okay? Can you come and talk to the side?
I don't know what she was. It looked like she was wearing a nightie or something. So I think she got woken up somewhere and just went off. So, but I'd say Kim will need you. So.
We need to get you up and ask you some questions.
Well, that's why there's 4 of the ladies there now, because you don't want to. You want to show force, but you don't want to have to use it. So, but we just be careful that we're not spat on. And if she's just in bad behaviour, she's quite comprehensive. She can understand. Like she was having a conversation with Kim in the back of the van there before, quite conducive to conversation, but just that bad behaviour now. So.
She doesn't want to come out.
You got many in there?
110, go ahead.
Officers are searching for the persons of interest, or POIs, involved in an assault earlier this evening.
What's he doing, mate? Okay, why does he look suspicious?
Leanne has spotted a young female collapsed on the ground.
What's her name? Jasmine. Have you been speaking to her?
No, she got a little aggressive.
Has anyone called an ambulance?
Got video 110. Coopers had cameras on inside brass.
Roger, roger, we'll let you know.
Hey, it's the police.
Yeah.
How are you doing? Yeah, I'll stay with her.
Murray, across of William Street, anyone available to attend?
It's our kids.
The POIs?
Yes, the POIs.
Yeah, ex-city supporters, the POIs for the assault on James Street.
Got video 109, we'll head over there.
Small update, the persons of interest from the assault on James Street, the city support cameras have tracked them, and we've got a couple of guys going to speak to them now. Yeah, 109, they're outside McDonald's by the bus stop at the minute, changing clothes.
Thank you for looking after her. Yeah. Hello. She was completely like eyes rolling in the back of her head when we got here though, like.
India 109, is it a guy, dark-skinned guy in a red t-shirt that I'm walking up to?
A police arrest van has stopped one of the suspects.
Yeah, the guy with the black t-shirt, white baseball cap, Caucasian, he's the main offender.
A second suspect is also spotted.
There's another offender, or POI, 4 years, dark-skinned male wearing camo shorts with a black Adidas backpack.
Roger that, I'll keep an eye out for him.
They're walking straight towards the van, aren't they? 109 from city support, that POI is practically walking straight into you.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, roger, good work. So is it, is he the one that was kicking him on the ground or something?
Yeah, that's a good video about it.
Currently we've got 2 males in custody, so 9 times out of 10 we can get the right person. In this case, they've been able to backtrack and determine the 2 main persons of interest and pretty much pinpoint exactly what they've done and when. At the moment, it seems like a good result.
In Western Australia alone, over 10,000 people are hospitalised each year for alcohol-related conditions.
Hasn't been punched or assaulted.
We've got a duty of care for the people that are in Northbridge this evening. We want to make sure they get home safely. And that's just one of the jobs of being a police officer in Northbridge. Are you happy for one of them to go in the back with her?
Yeah, just one though.
Yeah. It certainly made me realise what people's behaviour is like when they're drunk and sober. But yeah, not put me off. Probably made me a little bit more cautious. See you, bye. Put that big belly away.
Hey, man.
Put that big belly away.
If you want to go for it, I've got some.
Adelaide
woman accused of drug smuggling in Colombia.
Tell him his order. I think it's a barbecue chicken and a cheese. There's a cheese there too somewhere.
The arrest crews come and go, how do you work in here with that noise and that smell and that, like, it's like, you just drown it out. But while she's screaming, I know that she's, you know, pretty safe and breathing, so I'm happy with that. She's kicking, she's breathing.
The young woman has finally agreed to be processed.
All right, now while you're here, I do need to know about your health. You taking any medication at the moment? Antidepressants? Have you consumed alcohol in the last 24 hours? Yes? What have you been drinking? Beers, wine, spirits? Everything? Have you been treated for mental health problems? Depression, anxiety? Have you ever attempted suicide or self-harm? In 3 weeks.
The young woman has calmed down considerably, but is still deemed to be in the high-risk category, so is transferred to a special observation cell where she can be closely monitored.
Thankfully, we've given her a blanket and now she's just under observation. And we've contacted her mother and her mother's going to actually come and pick her up.
Thanks, mate. Okay, bye-bye. We're a processing centre. It's sort of Groundhog Day, but with different people. We have the same funny things happen every day. We have the same sad things happen every day. It can wear you down, but you just got to keep coming back because there's a lot of vulnerable people out there that can't stay out on the street. They've got to come somewhere, and that's why they end up here.